Hello Muffins, and thank you for joining me back at my channel. I wanted to do a update weight. I know that the last video I came and I did like a clothing haul, but there are a couple of things that I need to discuss, I guess. Okay, so let's just start with the numbers. My highest weight was 262 pounds. I had RMY, which is gastric bypass, on December the 31st, 2014. I'm almost 2 years. I cannot believe I'm almost 2 years out from surgery. I had my surgery at Montefiore Hospital, the main one on Bainbridge in the Bronx. My goal weight was 145. I hit that weight maybe 8 months out after surgery. My current weight is 138 pounds. That kind of worries me just a little bit. I'm gonna really try not to freak out about it. I don't want to get to 145 or 150. I think that weight is just a little bit too heavy for me, and I still want to continue to fit into all of my clothes. What else? Anything else that I need to tell you, Muffins? No, I don't think so. Okay, so what I really wanted to talk about, I was having this conversation with someone on Instagram, and the young lady was saying that she believes that I am getting way too small, that I seem to be very obsessive over my weight gain and weight loss, that I had the surgery so I could lose a lot of weight and to live a better life, which is true. But she also stated the fact, I don't know why people keep stating the fact that this surgery is somewhat like an easy way out. Just like I can gain weight and I can lose weight if I don't do the right things to keep the weight off, I'm gonna gain the weight. I already know that. So usually when I gain weight, I kind of honestly know how I'm gaining weight, because I'm either not getting in my liquids or I'm snacking more than usual. I think the last time I weighed myself, I was like 133 this week. Now I'm up to 138. I'm not too far behind 140 and 145. So I weigh myself probably maybe every other day, maybe, or 3 times a week, just to keep track of how my weight is going. Now, as far as being obsessive, it's funny that people, first of all, she had not had the surgery before, so you don't know the journey that I've been through as far as being 262 pounds and then losing so much weight. Being 262 pounds, physically it killed me. Like, it was just too much for my body. Mentally, it did weigh heavy on my mind at times because I was 262 pounds. Of course, when I looked in the mirror, I didn't see that 262 pound-year-old female. Now that I look back on pictures, because like Facebook gives you like past memories or something like that, and I look at old pictures, and I'm gonna post some old pictures of myself at the end of this video. When I look at old pictures, I really can't believe that I was that big, because I didn't see myself so big. I mean, I can tell you guys that I was a 3X or a 4X or a size 22, but in my mind I didn't feel like I was that big until I look back at pictures. This journey is more than just about losing weight. And I hear this, people said this even before I had surgery, that it's more of a mental aspect, and which it is, because this journey weighs on my mind a lot. It doesn't weigh on my mind as much as it did before, because I'm not as sick as I was before, so I kind of go through my daily life just living it. I do still have pain sometimes. I deal with a lot of gas. Sometimes I deal with headaches. I deal with pains in my back at times. It could be the weather change. It could be just me, just the way my body is. You know, when I was 262 pounds, I never had anyone to tell me, oh my God, I can't believe you're that big. Because, I don't know, I just I was always big, you know what I mean? And me gaining a little bit of weight, or not a little bit of weight, a lot of weight over the 4 to 5 years that I was that big, no one around me ever really said anything. No one made me feel insecure. No one made me feel bad about being heavy. I thought that I carried it well, until I look back at pictures and I'm like, wow. I don't have a problem with people giving me their opinions and thoughts, but I mean, with you not going through this journey, you don't understand what I've been through, you know. And on top of me being obese, I had other medical problems. It wasn't to do with so much as high blood pressure or heart problems or anything. I didn't have any of those problems being that big, you know. My problem was more mental than anything. I used food to comfort me. I used food for every aspect of my life. When I was happy, sad, stressed, anxious, anything, any type of emotion that I went through, I used food to comfort me with it. And you know, I do freak out when I gain 2 or 3 pounds, 4 pounds. And to someone who doesn't understand where we've come from, or someone who hasn't been through a weight loss journey, and I'm not only talking about having the surgery, but you never want to get back up to that size. So when I do gain a little bit of weight, I'm going to freak out about it, because I don't want to ever in my life to be 262 pounds. And, you know, this person that was saying this to me, I'm like, you look naturally small. You don't look like you've ever had a weight problem before. So I don't understand how are you making this judgment on me, and you don't even really know me. You only know what I put out on social media via Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, my weight loss channel, any type of channel that I have. I'm going to give you as much as information that's comfortable for me to give out. I don't know, I still feel that people make a negative judgment towards it. Now, I was on someone's YouTube page too, and the young lady was a big young lady, and I was trying to explain to people that it's not really to do with what she's eating. It's an emotional thing that we go through being this big. You know, you don't know if that person's going through depression, if they had a tragedy in their life, or anything. I mean, you don't know their upbringing. You don't know why they use food to cope with whatever they're going through. So for you to stand back and to make judgment on someone, number one, is disrespectful. Number two, is just rude and being a bully. And number three, it's like, it's not helping by you telling this person, oh my God, I can't believe you're eating like that. You're killing yourself. I'm sure that each day that that person looks in the mirror, they know everything that you're saying to them. They say it within themselves, you know. And it just hurts someone when someone is, you know, typing and saying all of these type of negative things to someone. You don't know what someone's mental state is at that point. You can cause them to commit suicide. You can cause them to harm themselves. You can cause them to go into deeper depression, to eat more, to give up on life. Like, you really have to be mindful of the things that you say to people on social media. I know that it's easier to say things to someone when you're behind a keyboard, but just put yourself in that person's place. If I was standing in your face, I wouldn't call you a fat effer or you need to stop eating that. No, I'm not going to do that. I mean, if I have any type of concern, I'm going to ask you, what's the matter? Like, what are you going through? You know, do you need to sit and talk about something? Because I know that the food part of it, it's a part of the journey, but it's not as important as what that person is going through emotionally. You know, I just hope that people would just be a lot more mindful of other people's feelings, family life, social life, things that we don't know, you know. Because once they cut these cameras off, they still have a real life to live. You know what I mean? You don't know if they're in an abusive marriage, or if their family is supportive of them or not. Or if, you know, the night before they were crying all night because of something that they went through. Just please be mindful. And this surgery is not an easy way out. Believe me, it's not. And I don't, I'm not gonna say I don't care. I don't take usually what people say to me to heart as much as I did before, because before I probably would have cussed you out. But I wasn't rude to the person that was saying this to me. I was just trying to make them understand that, that's your point of view, and you might be right in some aspects. I don't know. I can't even really judge of what you're saying to me, but by me explaining myself to you, telling you that it has nothing to do with food, it has everything to do with me as a person. I don't want to be 262 pounds ever again in my life. And if you have a family member that is overweight or something like that, you telling them that they need to lose weight, they already know that. Or you're telling them they shouldn't be eating that, they already know that already. If you want to be supportive and helpful towards them through this journey, research for them, just like my girlfriend did with me. She never knew what was the right thing or wrong thing to say to me, and it caused a lot of arguments between our relationship. And she took it upon herself to do research about it, to ask questions, to read about it, to connect with support groups and people in her life that has had the weight loss surgery, so she can be a little bit more sensitive of what I'm going through. And I know that it's not easy on her, watching the person that she loves go through sickness from the surgery. Being 262 pounds was something that she just loved, and then I'm dropping down to now 140 pounds. It's not easy for family members, but my advice to the family members and loved ones that you're in our lives is that to support us. And if you don't know how to approach someone with that, there are so many support groups out here that you can go to. You don't have to be having the surgery. You can sit in on one of the support groups, just so you can be a friend to that person, be a support system to that person. You on social media, or you're telling someone in your life that they're fat, they're overweight, they're being obsessive, they need to do this and do that. We already know that. We look in the mirror each day. We know the problem. I know the problems. Number one, that having all that weight on me, it hurts. It literally hurts to where at times I could not even get out of the bed. If I worked on a Saturday and Sunday, it would take my body 2 days to recover, so I'm able to act normal or function the correct way. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think people have to be a lot more sensitive in what they're saying, especially when it comes to social media. I got into this discussion with this young lady, which has nothing to do with the weight loss surgery, over Black Lives Matter. She made a statement that really angered me, and I don't know why the people were on her page defending what she was saying, but I had to put my 2 cents in there. Like, Black Lives Matter is just not a movement. It's just not about black people being killed or minorities being killed by cops. It has everything to do with equality. I want my children to have equality education, equality health care, and a lifestyle that's equal to anyone else. Like, why? Because I live in the Bronx, my children don't have the same education as a school my daughter went to in the Queens, in the upper area where the middle white class families were. Her education was 10 times more better in that neighborhood than in my own neighborhood. And people is like, oh, you're being too sensitive. No, how can you be sensitive about something that affects your life personally, or affects your community personally? That guy who was killed, choked to death in Stapleton. I lived in Stapleton. My twin sister lives in Stapleton. We've physically seen this guy standing on the corner. Okay, so if he was selling cigarettes, so fucking what? It's not hurting anyone. He was killed for what? For no reason. Like, for no reason. There's no justice about it. So you coming at me saying that I'm being too sensitive, you don't have to worry about your sons walking out the door every day hoping that a cop doesn't kill them, or someone racist doesn't kill them, then I gotta call them 10-15 times during the day just to see if they're all right. And since the age of 11, I've told them, you know, don't be loud in crowds. If a police officer approach you, don't make any sudden moves. You know, it's just so sad that people can't empathize. You can empathize better with a gorilla getting shot then you can empathize with a human being being murdered, slaughtered on the street. Like, you can't empathize with that. You'll look at something, look in their background, or they had a criminal background, or they was arrested for this, or they did that, or that does not matter. What matters is that I was killed for the color of my skin. You know, we could remember the Holocaust, and we could remember so many other things in this world that was tragic that happened, but I'm told to forget about slavery, that forget about racism, that forget about racial profiling. Like, that blows my mind. And then for you to put something offensive on your social media page, and then for me to make a comment, and you're telling me that I'm being too sensitive. First of all, the young lady had posted something, a meme or something. It was skulls or something, and it had like a name or something, but the way that they identify black people was as apes. And you're gonna say, oh, don't be offended by this, it's just a joke. How the fuck is that a joke? By you mocking who I am as a black person, and you're comparing me to an ape, but I'm being too sensitive. Now, if I was to go out here, if I was to go on social media and put a meme out about a white person and call them a cracker, and I tell you, oh, you're just being too sensitive, it was a joke. Are you really going to take that as a joke? Really? No, you're not. I don't know. I don't know. I sometimes just cut myself off of social media because it'll put you in a really bad mood, and you'll be fighting and arguing with everybody on social media. My point being is that being on social media, I think that is our responsibility. It's my responsibility per se as a human being, not to try to offend someone, especially someone that I don't know. You know, we need to be a lot more supportive of people in our communities and stuff, you know. But anyway, that had nothing to do with weight loss, but I just want to put that out there. You know, I don't mind people making comments about anything. I don't mind people you know, referring to me for questions, or saying that I'm an inspiration to their journey, or they learn so much from me. That's a blessing to me. You know, I've learned a lot from people that I've watched even before I even started my journey, and I was just having the idea of even having weight loss surgery. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, you know, so just be mindful of the things that you say to people, especially through this journey. I'm going to obsess over my weight. It's just something that's I'm working through until I come to a point to where I can accept it and be comfortable with it. And I don't know if I obsess. Probably I do, because I say some things in front of my daughter and she's looking at me like, Mom, you serious? You know, because I'm the worst critic of anyone about my body. I criticize the way my breasts sag and my stomach hangs, my fat on my arms. You know, it's something that I look at each day, and if it's something that I don't like, I'm either going to make a joke about it or I'm going to complain about it. And people might look at me like, bitch, you really serious? You lost over 130 pounds and you're fucking complaining about gaining 2 pounds? Yes, I'm fucking complaining about gaining 2 pounds. Because I don't want this 2 pounds to add on to 5 pounds, from 5 pounds to 10 pounds, from 10 pounds to 20 pounds. First of all, I don't have money to be buying clothes like that. You know, I'm addicted to thrifting, and I don't want to have to not be able to fit in all of the clothes that I've bought. You know what I mean? So that's what I want to get on here and say. I want to do a body shot. You muffins know that I try to do a body shot. As I said, I'm 138 pounds now. I'm going to really focus on this weekend. I'm going to detox my body, number one, because like I told you, muffins, I went away to my girlfriend's house and I was just eating everything. I thought that I would probably gain a couple of pounds, but from 133 and I jumped up to 138, 140 now. I'm going to have to really just do things that I know that I can do to get back on track. Like, my first thing is going to do is I'm going to detox my body this whole weekend so I can get all the crap that I've been eating out of my body. I'm going to try to keep up with my liquids and stuff. Since I'm not eating 4 and 5 bags of ice a day, that's how I got my liquid. And it's hard for me to drink water and stuff like just regular. So, you know, I'm just going to focus on keeping my liquids and stuff in and really detoxing my body this weekend. So, I I am a size small to extra small. I can fit in some mediums. This shirt that I have on right now, I bought it from the thrift store. I think I paid like $2.99 for it. This is a size small. And I can fit into a size small because I don't have any titties. Like, I have nothing. This is just skin. There's no volume in it. It's just skin. And I have to wear a sports bra to keep them up and to keep them like kind of flat. So if I put on a bra, you're gonna see the extra skin coming out of my bra. So I like to wear sports bras. It holds it better for me. So let me pan the camera down. Okay, and these size jeans that I have on is a size 4. These are like leggings or whatever. So this is a size 4. And you know, that's what I look like. I'm trying to come down a little bit. So this is what I look like. And I still have my skin isn't hanging as bad as it was before. I don't know, it kind of tightened up. I don't know why it tightened up, but before, like, the skin is not as bad as it was before. I think the only thing that I have a problem with is my boobies. My stomach is still like flabby or whatever, but it doesn't bother me per se too much because I can throw on a what do you call those, undergarment type of thing. So this is what my body looks like, muffins. If you have any questions or comments about anything that I said, you can leave them below. We can have an adult conversation about everything. And I appreciate all the support that I've been getting. I'm constantly always getting. You muffins are just wonderful to me. And I want to say thank you for supporting all of my channels, my beauty channel and my Desi and I channel. There are going to be a lot of different things that'll be going on pretty soon. I'm trying to get this job. I have actually a job interview October the 5th with one of the hospitals that I fill out an application for. So hoping that I get this job so I can get back on track, because my girlfriend has been paying everything for me. All right, muffins, bye.